Hey, I'm joined today by Ray and Ryan. We're going to do a segment called 5 Questions with Top Advisors. And we want to get an agent's perspective on how IPS really helps people. And I'm just going to jump right into it. So, guys, what piece of IPS training did you benefit most from?
Well, when we started, we came to obviously one of the boot camps, and that was obviously informative. It started to open your eyes. We started coming to IPS about 8 years ago, and some of our testimonials will say that. But the biggest thing was taking the leap to do with the mentorship program. And while it seems steep at times to come down here for one-on-one and really dig deep into your business and peel back the onion, if you want to call it that, really helped our business grow over the last 3-4 years. And coming down here for the one-on-one was even more important than the boot camps, in my opinion.
Yeah, with me, it was the line of questioning. So, I always had these visions of like sitting down with clients where I would sell, a couple $100,000 annuity or financial product or whatever. But it took a lot of confidence actually to get to that point. I would sit down with somebody and they would have $500,000 or $1 million worth of income, and for some reason I was scared to talk to them. It was just like a personal self-image. So through the years of coming down here, I realized, hey, they're just people like everyone else. You ask them the right questions, you go through a fact finder, you actually care about the person. And I say it all the time, if you help other people enough, you're going to get more than you're worthy of receiving. So it was kind of that philosophy and the line of questioning that you guys have taught that has really made the difference in my business.
Oh, excellent. So, I know we've talked a lot, and you guys have been in a lot of the sales trainings. How does our training differ from the training you receive from your FMOs, your IMOs, other sales training? What do you see the differences are?
For me, it really isn't even sales training. It's becoming a better advisor in the planning aspect
Life
with
training.
whatever you do. It's life training. It's business training. How to make the right decisions at certain points as your business continues to grow, and knowing that you're helping the people and that ultimately is going to come back to you. Compared to like the IMO stuff, it's all about product sales, and honestly, people don't like that. They don't want that, and I don't think it's a good thing. So that's the completely different opposite thing. Is you guys aren't working to get them to sell a product. You're working to help better them, and that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, that's the biggest. The biggest difference is you're not an IMO like that. So, there's no magic bullet, and you actually teach somebody how to become a true planner,
A business owner.
a business owner, somebody that actually cares about the client. So, it's funny because when we get a client now, how many times have you even talked about a product?
First 3-4 visits. No.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the product. I sat down with somebody 3 times. They want to be a client, and after I move all their money over, they're like, okay, like, what products are we putting in? Like, it does not matter. The products don't matter. If you get to the root of what somebody's looking for and you care about them and you are looking to solve their problems, they will seek you out and ask you to be their advisor. And that's the biggest thing. It's not selling. It's the complete opposite of selling. You're opening a relationship up that's going to last for 20 years.
Yep.
And it's
And they're mentors. They'll help you with.
where you're at.
We're down here now doing training, and they're helping us with the taxes on our own business, not even with our clients. So that's one of those things of, hey, how can you make things efficient so you keep most of your money, the taxes are good. So it's not just, hey, here's how you become a better advisor. It's more than
With a
that.
time thing.
Yes.
Like we're talking about, hey, what tasks do you assign to these employees? And to think that we would be paying somebody to do stuff for us, a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have believed it, but they've really personally freed up my time and Ryan's time to where we'll go hiking in national forests and we'll do this, and the work is still getting done because of the time management.
They help with major business decisions.
But originally, we were nowhere close to that,
No.
right? So it's just to progressively help your business grow for what you're trying to accomplish and where you're at. And that's
Great. Okay. So, next question is, you guys have been through a lot of our training, a lot of our systems, our resource center, our mentoring. What do you feel the differences are between the 3 pillars of our business? The resource center, the sales systems, and the mentoring. Where do you see?
I would say I'll take the resource center. So the resource center is one of those things. Is kind of that first taste of like an ice cream cone, if you want to call it that or whatever, where you're starting to get in and figure out what IPS can do for you, and you're not really sure where that's going to fit in. But I'll admit, even to this day, 8 years later, I still haven't been through everything on the Resource Center because there's so much there. It's almost impossible to do, but you're going to find little nuggets throughout, and then from there you can make the decision to focus on some of the other pillars, and I'll let Ray kind of elaborate on the other stuff
Yeah,
up there.
I haven't been through the entire Resource Center. I mean, there's so much stuff but here's the thing, you can get lost in the stuff too, so that really goes into like the second and the third thing. So some of the bundles and stuff that you guys offer, you do get a chance for some individual coaching with that. It's not the same thing as the individual mentorship, but they give you the tools to implement a lot of the thought process you learn in the Resource Center. So, in different kits, they'll give you like calculators and examples of presentations and stuff like that to really give you that pattern that you could customize yourself and really launch your business from. Any other questions?
No, but there's not those tools and those kits. There's no silver bullet.
Yeah,
there's none, and I think all three go hand in hand together. It's just a matter of how deep do you want to get in and make that investment in yourself. The toolkits are great, but there's no silver bullet. It's a guide to help you, but the IMOs offer things like that too, where they come into play as offering the coaching and the mentorship to grow even farther beyond that. So.
And to build on that, I have a lot of IMOs. We had said that before. They're spinning products. So in the back of my head, in advisor or if you do insurance agent world, you're questioning, is what they're telling me the best advice? Well, the thing about it is I would rather just pay a little bit of money for the system and the knowledge and the mentorship, knowing that the product stuff is not part of that game plan. And for me, that was, we've said this many times, like, you guys are the only people that everything you told us has been right.
Yep.
I mean, we've gotten little nuggets from different IMOs, and that's all good, but it's like they're...
Yeah.
I mean, how do you explain it? Everything I've never doubted any of the information they've given us. And then the mentorship has been awesome because it's taken our personal relationships to the next level, but you get that personalized direction, so.
Okay. Now, you mentioned doubts in that previous question. I know a lot of agents are facing those mental roadblocks when it comes to doubting themselves, doubting, if they can do this business. What doubts did you have through the process or before the process started?
Doubts was, will it work? I'm sure a lot of you have paid for certain systems out there that you see, because there's so many now, and you said, I'm going to spend $1,500. Will this work or will this not work? The thing is what they're telling you is tailored to what you're looking to do. So they'll coach you, but they're not gonna just tell you have to use it this way. That being said, my biggest doubt was, would it work for me? And the first 4 years, I guess, it was about 4 years ago. So 8 years ago, we started working with them, and it was about 4 years in, I finally came down here to my second boot camp.
Started listening.
And I really realized, okay, I've tried everything in the world, and I had my doubts, but we went out on a limb and went out on faith, if you want to call it that, and decided we're going to do this mentorship program. And then 18 months later, we started our own RIA with our insurance business and everything else. And in a 12 to 14 month period, we 20 to 30 million, give or take, plus life insurance
plus
and everything
life
else.
Insurance, plus annuities,
it's the doubt of, can you hang out there and go and get it? And remember, they're not wanting you to just sell a product or buy their stuff just so that they can make a buck. That's not what they're doing. That was my biggest doubt. Would it work?
Yeah. Coming up in this business, I had always heard about advisors getting like $10 million in a year, or whatever number that is, and I thought that was like such a high goal. And I asked myself, could I do that? And I guess I had personal doubts and confidence issues about myself. It wasn't that I wasn't smart. It wasn't that I wouldn't study the stuff, but really what they did was they gave me that platform to try, fail, and adjust. And through time, it's amazing because your confidence builds in yourself.
Yeah.
And that's part of it. So like if you're screwed up if you're messed up like personally, that's going to come out in your business. And that's part of the mentorship and the coaching. It's not just the facts, it's giving you that advice, letting you fail, and letting you grow yourself too.
Yep.
I mean, and that's it. So.
So now for the final question, this is a question I think everybody wants to know is, if you could talk to your old self, from before you started listening to us, before you started, or just when you started working with us, what would you guys say to each other? What would you say to yourself?
First of all, he wants to ask this question. This is my comedy side, but he wants to because
hurts
for
us.
the first 4 years, we bought a kit, we did some mentorship, we did the resource center, but we never implemented it. And you really can't put the cart before the horse, as they always say. Do it sooner, implement it, and trust the process. And here's the thing. You can't just say, oh, in 3 months, if this doesn't work, it's not going to work. It's at least 1.5 years to really undo the wrong thinking that's out there if you worked with other organizations or did something else before. And remember, you're not working with them. You're paying them to coach you. That was my biggest thing.
Yeah.
I know you like that question, so.
Yeah, I've been in the industry since I've been 21, really. So I started in finance when I was 21. I'm 36 now. I'm 36 years old right now, and really I could have been exactly where I am, and not like production, but I could have been producing the exact same if I really would have just plugged in probably 24 months. I mean, it doesn't take that long to change as long as you're serious about changing.
And listening and doing it.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. And it just takes experience and screwing up and figuring out what works for you and
And he'll bet
situation.
you, because he bet us. He said, I'll refund your money if this doesn't work, and you got to give me 1.5 years, though.
Yeah.
I didn't get my money back, but I'm just kidding. But it works.
Yeah, and we still to this day use them. I mean, you guys are awesome. We wouldn't be here right now.
Yep.
Coming out every couple of months.
Trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process.
Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys coming down. We love you guys sharing your thoughts, and we wish you the best of luck moving forward. And just keep learning, and we'll keep growing you, and keep going from there.
Thank you.
Thank you.